Hello. Welcome back, guys. Today I thought I'd answer the question, why cardio can be better than weightlifting, how not to waste your time with pointless exercise. So let's get into it. Just quickly as well, you can find this blog post, or this video was initially a blog post, which you can find on www.fortomorrowfitness.com. The link will be down in the description below. So, have you been told that weightlifting is the superior way to train? Have you gone to your group fitness studio and they've got you programmed doing some weights? Or have you been promised that getting a bit of extra muscle mass will help you burn a few extra calories to help you lose that weight? If so, then you may have been lied to. Let me explain. There's a time and place for everything, but not now, as the saying goes. See, it's all a matter of perspective about whether cardio is better than weightlifting or weightlifting is better than cardio. The thing one really has to sit back and ask themselves is, at what? And what is the benefit of the training that I'm about to undertake? And when you sit there and ask that question, you can really put things into perspective. And it really all just depends on the specific outcomes that you want. So, introducing a basic principle called specificity of training. So, you want to get better at guitar, right? You're not going to go play piano, are you? Well, clearly not. And if you wanted to get better at piano, then you would practice actually playing the piano. That seems to make sense for everyone, right? Yeah, so this is basically the principle of specificity of training when it comes to exercise programming. This is the same mentality when it comes to training. So when I say cardio can be better than weightlifting, what I really mean is actually that it depends the context by which you're doing it. So if you want to get better at running marathons, then it's not really going to make much sense for you to go through a weightlifting regime. Although it might be beneficial, is the caveat, it probably isn't the best thing for you, as opposed to actually running further distances. On the other hand, if you wanted to squat 100 kilos, for example, and you could only do 30 or 40 kilos, then squatting heavy weights is probably going to be the thing that helps you get towards that goal. It's all about context. So when it comes to the running the marathon or to the weightlifting to try to get better at the squat, both of these types of training follow the specificity of training, much like the guitar and the piano example mentioned before. So when your trainer comes and tells you to do cardio or to do weights, you really have to sit back and think to yourself, why am I doing this? Every goal that you want has a specific set of steps that you have to take towards achieving that goal. You know, in the example of running further or lifting more, these are performance-based goals. So yeah, if you want to run further, if you want to run quicker or you want to lift more, you know, your training has to be structured around that specific goal. The role of a good coach is to program programs so that you're actually developing in the ways towards the actual end goal. So if you sit there and you think to yourself, I actually don't care much about performance-based goals and I want an aesthetic-based goal, then your training should also be a certain way to reflect that as well. As I mentioned in the previous section, building muscle, whether that's gaining weight or losing weight, is a different set of actions than performance-based goals. Although some of the steps are quite similar in the sense that you need to do physical activity because that's going to build the framework of what will be your body when you have gained or lost the weight. The actual fat mass or the actual energy required to build that muscle is going to come in the form of what you eat, so dietary intervention. To build muscle or to gain weight or to lose fat, to lose weight, as I said, it is a dietary intervention and it plays into this idea of the scales of weight, which being that on one end you have energy intake and on the other end you have energy expenditure. So the idea is that you want to be expending more energy than you're consuming if you want to lose weight, and you need to be consuming more energy than you're expending if you want to gain weight. Now, the mentality that tends to be created here is that most people think, all right, well, if I just need to increase my energy expenditure, then I'll just do activity that burns the most amount of calories. However, this is actually a flawed mentality, and I'll tell you why. To do a set of exercises where you're just burning the most amount of calories, you're going to be putting in the maximal or the most amount of effort per time of training. And in the short term, this can be a good thing. Like, training very intensely for a short period of time can be very good. However, the problem lies in the fact that if you're training at a high intensity for a long period of time, your ability to stay consistent and adherent to that regime drops off very, very quickly. I've seen it myself and I've done it myself. And this is why just choosing the highest energy expanding exercise isn't the best intervention. But in terms of aesthetic or weight changes that you're seeking, the best intervention is going to be dietary, because it's a lot easier to consume a few hundred calories less every day if you want to lose weight, or consume a few hundred calories more if you want to gain weight, than it is to try and really manipulate your energy expenditure. You should be thinking of your energy expenditure or your physical activity as a part of being a holistic life change and something that makes you feel good, and that although I said there was a difference between performance-based and aesthetic-based goals, you ideally want to work towards performance-based goals, and aesthetically you will change with time due to the dietary interventions. And in terms of just changing dietary interventions or changing dietary intake, the easiest and quickest thing you can sort of do is just reducing hyperpalatable, high caloric dense foods, reducing sweetened drinks or calorie dense drinks, opting in for more protein and vegetables when you can, or protein at every meal. These sorts of things will increase your satiety and make you actually eat less food generally, thus controlling your energy intake. So adherence and consistency, as I said, trumps and is definitely the best tip or best tool to help you get towards your health and fitness goals, whether that is performance-based or aesthetic-based in nature. And when I say cardio can be better than weightlifting, what do I actually mean? I am a fan of weightlifting. I'm a strength coach and powerlifter, and I've trained all of my clients that way. In fact, I'm a strong advocate of weightlifting. But when I say cardio can be better than weightlifting, what do I actually mean? And what I actually mean is that it is dependent on context. If someone tells you cardio is better than weightlifting, it really depends the context in which they're saying that. So cardio can be better than weightlifting if your objective is to increase your cardiovascular fitness and to run further. In the same way, weightlifting is better than cardio if your objective is to get stronger or to build bigger muscles from hypertrophy-based training. Going in the gym and doing that is going to benefit you a lot more. So if you guys are struggling with your training or nutrition, you could sit there on your own trying to work it out, watch YouTube videos and figure it out yourself. A lot of people have done that, and it's been a lot of success for, I'm sure, some people, myself included. That's how I got here. But if you want to sort of skip that learning curve and get straight to it and work with a coach that understands your goals and helps structure your training around that, then feel free to click the link in the description below and we can get started on working together. Otherwise I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great day, and peace.